G'day guys, welcome to Rumble's Fish Room. So, I've got my coffee as usual. So hopefully we're live. Hopefully the audio levels are good. I haven't changed the audio levels since last week, so I'm guessing they're good. Yep, everyone agree? That's good to hear. What's going on here? Anonymous, gonna miss the stream, that sucks. Hello to Anonymous anyway, if you are watching the post-stream viewing. G'day Chev, how are you? G'day Ead, g'day Blake, g'day Pete. Yeah, happy Friday to you too, Pete. Yeah, so basically, this is my house. Believe it or not, this is my backyard. You'll have to bear with me with some of these photos that I've collected for this viewing. I might have taken the photos with a potato. Yeah, I don't even, this photo here looks like it was taken with the Nokia 3315 and they didn't even have a camera. When I bought this house, I would have had Samsung S7, so there's no excuse for how poor quality this photo is. So basically, as I said last week, this week's going to be about the koi pond. One great thing about doing this video about the koi pond is I actually made a photo album for the koi pond, and I've just spent the last hour or so finding photos. I even scoured Facebook, searching my name on pages and stuff, looking for some photos of the koi pond. There is a couple of photos missing. Unfortunately, I don't have everything, and I'm a little bit sad, to be honest, but there's enough to tell a story. The photos that I'm missing, I'll just tell you now, I don't have any photos of me fiberglassing the pond. I probably could find some if I had a bit more time, but me leaving it to the last minute, I didn't find any. And also, sorry, the reason I'm looking over there is because that's where all the photos are. Another photo that I'm missing is, I don't have any of me gluing the windows in. There's a huge gap in the photos from like when I was basically rendering the walls to filling it with water. There's no photos in between those two steps. But I can still explain it. What happened. How many current viewers? I got 7. I've really got to start. G'day Moist, how are you? I've really got to start scheduling the stream the night before, so more people realize what time it's on. So where do we start? We've got a couple more photos of the backyard. So this one here, this one is well after the photo we just looked at. The photo we looked at prior, hang on. Let's go back. So, see that blue drum there on the downpipe? I didn't actually put that there. That was there when we moved in. So you can't really tell, but there's like a decline just near that wall there. So obviously that wall's gone, that half height wall. The patio's gone. The tree's gone. You can just see the jacaranda in the top left corner there. What else is there that's changed? I don't know what's going on inside the house. If you look at the back door, it looks green for some reason. If you look, actually, I don't know how well you guys can see, but if you look in the back door and to the hallway, you can actually see an archway. There used to be an archway in my hallway, and we knocked that out and opened the hallway up. So this is some real reminiscing for me. I've been here for 5 years, which doesn't sound like long, but look at the photo. That's what 5 years has done to the house. So we'll go back to this photo here. This is when I was ripping the patio down. This is probably like 2 to 3 years after the last photo we just looked at. I'd already ripped the patio down, and you can see the green beam across there. That's a beam that I put up for the new patio. My new patio was actually second hand. I didn't buy that new. If you look on the left there, that's the right. On the right, there's black cabinets there. That's actually my old 8-foot aquarium cabinet stand, which is, I've still got it. It's in the shed with my toolboxes on it. Some of you, if you got a keen eye, will recognize that black cabinet. It's actually black gloss. It used to be really nice. It wasn't a cheap cabinet. I spent I built it myself, but I built it with good materials. Then there's also my old rat cage over there. I actually tried to breed rats at one stage to feed my snakes. It never went that well. I didn't think they were breeding, and I cleaned out the cage one day, and then I could hear there was squeaking coming from the bin, and it was actually the baby rats. I had thrown them in the bin because I had thrown the nest in the bin accidentally. Obviously in IBC, there's definitely a fair few photos in my gallery that have IBCs in them. I don't know what that IBC is doing. It's just chilling, really. I've probably still got it. I don't think I've ever sold an IBC. We could probably identify, if I went and looked in the shed, identify those stickers on it. And then we got this photo here. So this one here, you can kind of see there's more IBCs. That's the same IBC still. So they're actually the IBCs from the water change system. You ever wish you could just like grab a photo and like drag around and actually like look inside the shed and all that jazz? G'day Kat, welcome. G'day Glenn. So you'll see the shed there, and then there's quite a ridge of sand. Obviously I had to that's why there's a limestone wall there, oh yeah, well I guess that's the start. We built the limestone wall. I don't know if I've got a photo of that shit. I think it might be too hard. Nah, I'm sorry guys, I'm not going to have a photo of that, because otherwise we're going to sit here for days if I start hunting for photos that I haven't already got here. Alright, so now what's next after this? So then I started digging. Oh, hang on, here we go. Before I started digging, so this is after the limestone wall is built. There's the post for the patio. Pretty much the green side of the shed and the post for the patio is the only way you can really recognize where that photo is taken. So keeping in mind, at this stage, see how that ground level is flat? I had already taken out 15 cubic meters of sand before I even started digging the pond. So if you know how much 15 cubic meters is, you'll know all about it. Here's a photo of me on a dingo. This wasn't actually me digging the pond, but the photo related. This is actually see those 3 IBCs? See what I mean? IBCs in all these photos. These 3 IBCs are the ones that are down the side for my water change system. That dingo there, I actually had the guy's number saved in my phone. I probably still do. And he used to rent it to me for like $150 a day. It was so cheap. So pretty much all the earthworks at my house, I think probably about 40 cubic meters total of dirt, I dug on this dingo. Look at the tires on it. Look how old and crappy it is. Moist's membership has bounced. I did that today, so I transferred a load of money into crypto in the last couple of days, and I accidentally left my bank account too short, and I couldn't pay my bills. Is that... Chev, I don't know what you mean by Hebel block. Alright, so digging the hole. So this is actually I think this is the sand from the pond. Couple of IBCs in the background. I'm telling you, I've had a lot of IBCs in my time. There's actually a roof off a Gemini and a front windscreen out of a Gemini leaning up against those IBCs. What's the pond's dimensions? It's I can't remember. I think it's 5.6 meters by 3 meters by 1.4 meters deep. You can, if you know what size Besser blocks are, you can tell by the Besser blocks in the later photos. Alright, so that's the sand. This photo kind of jumps a bit. Where is it? Yeah, so I don't have a photo of me digging the hole. So when I was digging the hole, I was trying to form this steel up as quick as possible because I didn't want my house collapse like this. I didn't want this wall over here unsupported, and also the fresh limestone wall that my best friend had laid like a few months earlier. I was digging all the support out from underneath it. So some people know my pond has actually got a ledge inside it. It's not the same depth the whole way through, and it's actually because I had to support that limestone wall because the limestone wall was built before the pond. The wall blocks, I'm not sure what blocks they are. They're I don't know. I just told my mate I want a limestone wall, and that's what he built. I want to put a big pleco in the pond, but obviously for summer, not winter. Alright, so I got a couple of photos of it formed up. Well, it's not really formed up because I'm not doing concrete, but that's the hole dug. It looks really small in the photos, hey? Doesn't look very deep. I think I actually dug more out after I built the walls, maybe. Then where are we? So next up, no, not that one. Back this one. Oh, it doesn't really matter. So then I put a footing down. I think the footing was like the footing was about 250 by 200 millimeters, I think, from memory. One thing I wish I did was put Rio in the wet concrete. I'll show you why in a minute. So then it was like, I don't know what I was doing here, just sitting blocks on it to get my working out. So these are Besser blocks. Chev, you can't believe how sandy it is. Is that because... So yeah, well that's true. My dad came over and he was super jealous of the sand because his house is all limestone and he wouldn't have even been able to dig this hole. So can you see how yellow the sand is? So like the sand that my house was built on, I'm guessing they had put that sand down, like what do you call it? Like the subdivision, when the subdivision was put down, they must have put the yellow sand down, I'm guessing, because there's super clean sand under my house. Like super clean. G'day Ray, how are ya? Sorry if I'm missing any comments, guys. I'm actually getting right into these photos. Then I started laying blocks. I'm no bricky. Keep in mind with this whole pond, guys, I built this whole thing myself, and I've without any experience in a lot of these things. There's a trailer load of cement. So my wife actually mixed the cement. I taught her how to use a cement mixer. And yeah, so then I started laying walls, and like I've never even laid a brick before, so this is a huge learning curve. My mate Sam that built the limestone wall, I was like ringing him, and I couldn't figure out like the next layer. I was like struggling to get the bricks to sit on top of the other ones without the cement oozing out, and I just had to mix up the cement a bit thicker. So then, what's this photo? So I just kept going up. I think I did pretty well. Obviously, being a cabinet maker, I'm not shy on the level and the tape measure, so it ended up being really straight. Probably maybe even straighter than a bricky's tolerance. Alright, so what's next? So then, before I said I wish I put the steel in the cement. So what I did, after I'd done the second course, I had to go around with the hammer drill and drill holes in the cement. And then in this photo you can kind of see there's like in my caulking gun there's like a 2-part I want to say Aradite, but I don't think it's an Aradite chem set. So that way, so all of these rails were chem set into the bricks, and then you can see I've got like horizontal Rio there. So then we started getting higher, man. So here you'll see how many courses is that? 4 courses high. And then on the left there you can see this is the ledge, and then from the ledge I filled that bit in with concrete. You'll see that a bit later. So this one here you might be able to see. Oh no, I hadn't put it in yet. So there's the windows. It's crazy how bright the bricks are back then. Now they're all stained and that. I should have sealed them. What's this photo? I haven't got it in so you'll see I changed the color of the cement. Originally I was going to render the outside of my pond, and then I decided I like the look of the blocks, so I went and got some cream cement and started cementing in cream, so that way I could leave it without rendering it. How's the young fella going? Oh, is it a girl or a boy? I can't remember. How's the young'un going? Moist. It was Moist last week that had a baby, wasn't it? So then when I was building the pond, this isn't my pond, but I went to a guy named Nathan. I went to his house and see the blue drum buried on the left there. He was the only person in Perth that I could find that was using the airlift system. So I just went to kind of rack his brains. He's super nice guy. His pond's like K1 with the basically 2 airlifts, similar to very similar setup to mine. I just wanted to check his out before I built it. Oh, what have I pressed there? I just kind of thought I'd include that because this is the closest to my pond I know in Perth to my setup. I know there is more people running airlifts now, but when I first looked into it, there was no one doing it. This Nathan guy was the only person I could find that was actually doing it. So I've told you guys about these blue barrels before. So this is it here. And that's me inside it. But basically it's 2 barrels plastic welded together. There was a slight leak in one in the join, so that's why I had it hanging upside down in this photo, and I was putting some glue in the leaky holes. You can kind of see this photo here. You can see the twin blue barrels are buried, and then this was my original filter. This got thrown in the bin. It was made out of wood, and I didn't fiberglass it. I just coated it in fiberglass resin. Never again. people ask me why I put fiberglass matting in my fish tanks. This tank here was a prime example of me not using matting, and it actually split, and as soon as it gets like a little tiny split in it, the water gets in, and it just the filter actually just collapsed and like dropped all the water. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a photo of my current filter, but it was very similar to this. It's just IBCs instead. It's still got that Bunnings basket in it. It's still 3 pipes like that, but it runs into an IBC. Where do we get up to in the pond build? So then it was render time. So and plumbing time. So I dug all my plumbing for my 2 bottom drains. I kind of feel like I ran those pipes after I finished the walls. Yeah, because those pipes come up here. So, idiot me. I actually ran the drain pipes after I'd already built the walls. Not very smart, but I got the job done. I guess you can kind of see over in that back corner where I've dug it up. So bottom drains are so expensive, so I went for a cheaper option. I decided to I just used storm drains from Bunnings and yeah, cemented into them. So then the height I'd set these, I had to do quite a bit of digging to bring the sand down 100 mil lower than the top of that. I don't really have a photo, sorry. But maybe this one here. Yeah, so this photo here you can see I dug a way more sand out. So like if you look, to give you an idea of the depth of the pond, so from the top of the wall to the top of the cement is 1200, and then if you look, so this slope down here is about 200, so that bottom drain is 1400 to 1500 below the surface of the water. So when I say it's 1400 deep, that's to the deepest point. The shallowest point is 1200, and then that ledge up there, I don't know how deep that is, maybe like 600. So that ledge there was purely to stop the limestone wall cracking when I oh actually no, there's 2 reasons. My sewage actually was running through the center of this pond. That's one thing I don't have a photo of. So my sewage actually runs under that ledge there. It had to be moved. So then, what's this photo? Oh, that's going back a step. That's the cement mixer in there. This cement mixer, I put it through hell. Anything else to say? Yeah, that's kind of backwards 1 step. Sorry guys, that's before I rendered it. So like if you look at that photo and then that photo, you can kind of see how much sand I had to take out by hand. It was a fair bit. It was my own fault. I put the bottom drains too low, and then I should have lifted it. Glenn, so yeah, I rendered the internal walls before I plastered it, before I fiberglassed it. So then, this is when I'm doing the cement. So pretty much the idea is the whole inside is completely smooth. It's rendered. It's concreted. Is it concrete or cement? Concreted in the bottom. My wife mixed all that concrete in the bottom there, just in that cement mixer. She's a superstar, I'm telling you. So if my pond ever leaks, I'll tell you right now, there is one thing that does concern me to this day. So if you look down the bottom where the concrete meets those bottom drains are just Bunnings gutter drains, and I've always worried that water will actually leak between the cement and the bottom drain, but that can just be between me and you guys. We don't need to tell anybody about that. I don't see how much it could really leak. Obviously the water pressure is inside pushing out. Yeah, and if it ever did leak, I would never be able to figure it out, really, would I? How would I ever know? Yeah, that's probably even more worrying. What do you do? Sometimes you have regrets about builds, and sometimes you can't fix them. Alright, so this is where the big jump is. So from here, I fiberglassed it, and then this photo. So like on the side of this wall here, I actually screwed a 70 by 35 piece of pine. I dyno bolted it to the wall just below where the glass sits. So then that was before I fiberglassed it. Oh, hang on, I think I did I did a coat of fiberglass, and then I bolted the timber on after the fiberglass, and then I fiberglassed over the timber, so that way my my windows are actually sitting on something. Now this is where we're missing a huge chunk. So the next photo that I can find, hang on, I'm gonna have a quick look because this isn't cool. I'm not happy with the next photo. So one interesting thing, guys, there's a bit of a chat about koi ponds with windows, and what have I done? I've searched the wrong thing. And all the people in the koi world seem to think that you should have laminated glass for a koi pond. But I was always told that laminated glass in water will eventually separate because the water can get between the glass. So, yeah, I don't think the koi people like the design of my clear float glass. But what can you do? It works for me. My windows are only 19 millimeters thick as well, with no bracing, so I think that stresses some people out. This photo isn't the next one, but this is about all I can find. Sorry guys. And then it was time to put the water in. You'll see, like, I had all sorts. I didn't have the filter running yet. Oh, this isn't even one of the first photos. But so yeah, the glass is just glued. I haven't got a photo of me putting the capping on either. I don't know what happened in that window, why I've got no photos of it. It's frustrating. I remember being super excited when I glued the capping on. I don't know why I wouldn't have photos of that. What's this one? No. That's super annoying. There's like a whole chunk of the story missing. Anyway, I'm just gonna have to talk about it. So basically, I put like there's only one layer of fiberglass matting in there. I can't remember the weight. It was very heavy. Like the matting was like one of the thicker mattings that you can get. So it was like just a single layer of resin and then a layer of matting, and the matting was very thick. It was very hard to get the matting wet. So like I went through a lot of resin. I think building this pond I used about 15 kilos of clear resin, and then I went through 10 kilos of black gel. Is it gel coat or top coat? Can't remember which one it's called. Obviously if you're going to build a pond and fiberglass it, go to a composite warehouse. And people always ask me fiberglassing advice, and I'm not really willing to give it because I don't know myself, and I know that that if I give out advice, it's not going to be the right advice. So this photo here, have I got hang on, sorry, I'm like looking at a photo and I'm not showing you. This photo here is like the day I put the fish in, I think. So I put the fish in. I fiberglassed the pond on a Thursday night at like, we were fiberglassing until like midnight, and then I filled the pond up on the Friday night. And the fiberglass is actually still slightly tacky, but we'll keep that a secret. We don't need to tell anyone. And then the Saturday morning, I went and picked up some koi. It was a nightmare trying to catch these fish. I had to go to BCF and buy nets and stuff. And it was actually the day of our engagement party. I spent 4 hours at this lady's house trying to catch her koi. It was nuts. Actually, I went to the lady's house on the Friday night, tried to catch some, but we couldn't catch them, so I had to go back on the Saturday morning. So what's the next part of the story? So then, so this is the day. This was the morning of my engagement party. So it was nice and clear, all of that. And then what happens when you have an uncycled pond? This was like 3 days later, or I don't remember how many days, but this was within not long. So it basically was clear for the party, and then like 2 days later, you couldn't even see the fish. See the UV light cranking over there. This might have been the day I got the UV or something like that. Chev, you missed all sorts of fun stuff. See you later, Anonymous. Are you here to say hi, or are you off to say bye? I'm not sure. So let's have a look here. I don't know where the elephant ear is at this stage. So it might have actually been in that pot there with that plant. Maybe not. Where's the elephant ear? Can we see what's going on in this photo? Alright, so this is a fair wild lady. You can see that back garden there changed and all that jazz. There's some elephant ear I can see. Yeah, so that's more recent than I realized. That's where that's the two IBCs back there, and those, I don't know how well you guys can see, those two trunks of elephant ear is all that went in there. There was two stems, and you guys know that that's what it looks like now. So it's actually the same elephant ear in the pot. If you look at that photo there, the elephant ear in the pot is still the same one, and it was the same size as the ones in the IBC. You can see which ones got bigger, can't you? So the one in the pot has stayed the same size. That's insane, guys. That's probably like 2 years of growth. Show you this photo here. So I had heaps of trouble getting the elephants to spray into the pond. What I ended up doing is in the 12mm hose, I put a 12mm end cap into the hose, and then I drilled a 5mm hole into the end cap, and that's how I got it to squirt nicely. This was an interesting photo. I don't, a lot of these koi I don't have anymore. But we've still got big orange longfin. That's my missus' favourite koi. I think there's only like 2 longfin left in there now. I think that's all the photos, guys. I was meant to do this one, so I got these Bessa blocks. They're actually the place was doing a clearance on the grey blocks, and I went there to pick up grey blocks because I was originally going to render the pond, and I got there and they had run out of the grey blocks, so they gave me the cream ones for the price of the grey seconds that they were meant to give me. So that's how I ended up with basically the outside not being rendered. I'm glad it came out that way because I do think it looks better than if it was rendered. It does need to be bleached or something, get rid of the stains on it, but that way this color it matches the limestone wall. But I actually only ended up using like 2/3 of these blocks, and then the rest of the blocks I ended up selling for the same price that I paid for all of the blocks. So I didn't actually pay for the blocks. The blocks I built my pond out of were free. You guys know these blocks, don't you? I think they're a lot more common in like America and stuff like that. I don't know if anyone really uses them a great deal over here in WA, but they were good. They're quite easy, like quite quick to lay, like a lot quicker than if I was to do it with bricks. What other photos can we look at, guys? I want to find more photos in my backyard. I kind of showed you last week, didn't I? This was my front yard. That's what it used to look like. That's not even when we first... Oh... We probably would have been in the house like 6 months here, maybe a little bit longer. That's on the trailer, that's our ceiling, so there's a door frame there too. Why is there a door frame? Where did I get a door frame from? I don't know, guys. Hey, wait there, 2 secs. Where did I get a door frame from? I've got no idea. Did that come from inside? What? The door frame obviously came from inside the house. I can't remember where that door frame came from. Alright, Pete, I'll catch you later. That's interesting, guys. My memory is not great, apparently. I wonder where... I wonder where I could find some more photos of the house. Be cool to have a look at. Let's have a look here. My photos. I wish my photos were organized a bit better. Did you change the door frame or change the doorway? The only thing I can think of out is in the hallway we knocked out an archway, but maybe maybe it wasn't an archway, maybe it was a door frame. I might be getting it mixed up. I do have an archway still here that I need to knock out. I'm wondering if it must have been a door frame in the hallway, not an archway. Oh, I found a photo of the IBCs. How do I get it to you guys? I'll just bring that over here, who cares? Alright, so this is the IBCs. Basically 2 pipes coming in, and you'll see I cut the sides of them out, and I use those nylon screws to screw them together, same as the windows in the IBCs in the shed. The only thing that sucks about this, you can see how I just Sikaflex the pipes into the side of the IBCs. I didn't use proper uni seals, and they actually leak, so I've got to redo those seals. It's unrecognizable. Hey guys, like, think about the elephant ears now. Like, you wouldn't even think that there's this much room down the side of that back side of the pond. Alright, I'm going to pull that over there. We'll see what else we can find. See, there's not even a fiberglassing photo on my Facebook. On, like, my personal Facebook. It's weird. Like, there's like no, I've got no, what do you call it? No recollection of fiberglassing my pond. Man, I go through like my mobile uploads on Facebook, and it's just kind of like, why the hell did I upload some of this crap? It's about it. That annoys me. I'm gonna have to like make it a. Fiberglassing isn't difficult, it's just a pain in the ass. The hardest bit is mixing it. Well, if you put too much hardener in, it'll go off before you get the before you finish what you're doing. So that's really if you get the mix right, then pretty much easy from there. The best way is just to watch some YouTube videos on how to like get the bubbles out and all that jazz. You can't have like when you roll it has bubbles in it, and you have to keep rolling it until you get those bubbles out. I really want to rip all of my photos off Facebook and put them in an album on my computer. I wonder if there's like an app or something that I can do that. I'm getting there. There's heaps of photos on here that I would check this out, guys. I'll show you this. Completely unrelated. There's my old beer pong table. So as you guys know, I am a cabinet maker. I built this cross-game beer pong table. I used to play heaps of beer pong, like heaps of beer pong every single weekend. It was like our sport. Damn. I was hoping to find a photo of that archway, but I keep saying archway, maybe it was a door frame. The wife will know. Here's a photo of the wife. So this is inside my house. So like you can see in this photo just there where the door frame was cut out. Door frame, archway, I don't know which one now. I'm second guessing it. On the right hand side there is where the 4-foot goldfish tank is. Man, that sucks. What's this photo? I want to start categorizing photos better. Check this out. This is my patio. So this is my patio at the house before we pulled it down. So obviously it's not the same as that. Basically I pulled it down and made it fit my house, and we changed it up a bit. We actually made it like 200 mil smaller all the way around, and like trimmed it all down so that way the sheets were big enough, if that makes sense. So we had a bit of extra length to work with. I think we got it for like $300 or something. One thing you guys already know about me is I try to do everything as cheap as possible. My house wouldn't be half as far along as it is now without doing lots of stuff secondhand. Hang on. What? Damn it. Oh, look, I've got a photo of it knocked out. Oh, it was a door frame. My life, I've been lied to. It wasn't an archway, guys. It was a door frame. I've literally said to people, we took an archway out for the last like however many years. Check this one out, guys. I've had some shitty setups in my time. This is a photo that's not going to load apparently. Oh, that's not what we want. Come on. So it was one of the old blow up pools, but it kept leaking air. So if you look closely, the ring is actually full of styrofoam balls, like beanbag beans. That was a mission in itself, getting the beanbag beans in there. I used a vacuum, and I had the return of the vacuum on a pipe which was plugged into it, and I was just sucking up all the balls with the vacuum. It worked pretty well. So this actually had Feste cichlids in it, red terrors, over summer. It's crazy to think that this was my backyard, eh? I'm so grateful for what I have now. I don't even know. I can't even show you a photo of my backyard now, but you guys see it in the videos. You know what it looks like, don't you? What's this photo? Oh, so this... I don't know which... Oh, this is the sand from down the side. that's when I built this. Oh, you can't really see here. But you guys, the OGs, you know the water chain, the retic system. That pump actually died. And now I've got an Azeto pump, and the Azeto pump has lasted longer than that one, ironically. And the pump in this photo was actually like 3 times the price of the Azeto one. So don't knock Azeto until you try it. In saying that, I've used an Azeto hammer drill before, and it drilled like 2 holes and blew up. It's kind of the end of that chapter, guys. I should go through and make another folder of photos and see what we can do for another photo memorabilia thing. Oh, there was a photo I wanted to show you. Where is it? I'm pretty sure I put it in this pond folder. Maybe not. Hang on. I gotta find it. You guys gotta see this photo. If I pull that over there. Give me 1 minute, guys. Just a tiny little bit of patience to get me to the photo I want to find. You should go on Facebook pages. Oh, what's going on here? No, back. I want to search on the page. Go on the fish pages that you're on and search your own name and have a bit of a gaze back through photos that you've posted. It's quite interesting. Or go on a Facebook fish pages and search my name, and you might find something interesting. I'll bring it over here because there's nothing to hide on this page. So where's the photo I wanted to show you? I'm pretty sure it was on this page. There. Check this out. So this is when I was in a rental, and there's my 8-foot display tank. There was a 5x2 by 18 on the end bench there that had Tropheus in it. Couple of 2-foot tanks on the right hand side, and then these were 6x2 by 18s on the left hand side there. Had the old sponge filters with the K1 on top. I think I ended up putting side drops in these tanks. I don't really like side drops, but it seemed like a good idea at the time, and then I decided I didn't like them after I had them for a few months. And going to putting it over someone with some guppies. Yeah, do it. It's interesting. It's exciting. And then at the end of the summer, you like empty it and find what's in there. It's cool. Because especially like the pools, like if you're not running a UV or anything on them, they go green, so you don't know what's in there until the end of summer. It's definitely a cool experience. Did I have my saltwater tank when I did YouTube? I don't think so. I used to have a saltwater tank. What's this? I used to post heaps of memes. With great power comes great electricity bills. I used to troll the internet heaps, like posting photos like this off Google. I can't remember if that's off Google or if I got it off another fish page. If that was your tank, sorry. I missed this tank, guys. Do you remember this? I'm pretty sure it was on the channel. 1x1 by 3 foot tall. There's my marble fenestratus. I wish I still had them. I might try get some more. If anybody knows of any marble fenestratus, let me know. I don't remember what happened to this tank. Or is that the tank? Nah, that was a long, long time ago. Oh yeah, that's the tank that is on top of the IBCs. 8x2x3. Wow. So this tank here is on my work trailer, and I took it to work and broke it down, and it actually sat at work for like 2 or 3 years, probably longer actually, 4 years maybe. And that's actually, that's funny. That's the tank that the Flowerhorn babies are in. Here's a stand I made. I used to make stands for customers. So there's like an old school style 4-foot aquarium stand. I made solid timber doors and everything. I made that from scratch. This is back at that rental. I used to lose heaps of fish, and I only realised like a few years later that it was because of temperature fluctuations. Oh, this was one of my coolest tanks I ever had. I wish I still had it. You guys won't really be able to tell from the photos. I had DIY CO2 on it, but you know those little hexagon tanks that they sell at like City Farmers and that? It was 2 hexagon tanks, and they were plumbed into like a 1.5 foot tank. So it was like 3 tanks flowing into one. I miss this guy. Here's one of my favorite fish. I think I showed you a photo of him last weekend as well, didn't I? This is the only thing with this. This says it's all the photos that I posted on this page, but I highly doubt that. Let's go to Perth Cichlid Society and search my name. How do I just do photos? There. Don't forget, guys, like I said, you guys can search my name on these pages. Have a look through the photos yourself. Haha, this is me building my 8-foot tank. It was almost 9 foot, 8'7". Well, that's not almost 9 foot, is it? Look how young I look. There's the 1 by 1 by 3. You guys should remember that. I think it was on the channel. It wasn't. It was only like a year ago. There's the IBCs for the water change system. They're actually not on that side. What? That's not where they are now. I must have moved. Oh, so this photo is actually before I buried them. So they're sitting on top of the ground there. I actually, when I took that photo of the dingo, I actually dug down and put these IBCs lower. They needed to go lower for the gravity-fed drain pipes. So the top of these IBCs now is actually lower than the water level of my lowest tank in the fish room. That was a fun thing to figure out. It's not showing like every photo that I posted on the pages. That's annoying. Seems to just be a random assortment because there's some pretty old ones and some new ones. But it's definitely not all of them. This is all the insulation in the fish room. That's just one batch. I think I got the guy that I got these off. I went back to the same guy like 3 times to get more. This is another aquarium cabinet. I think this one was a raw cabinet, so I just made it out of MDF, and then I think the guy had a steel stand, and I just fitted the doors on it, and then he painted it himself. I should really get back into it. It's half decent money. Look, this is what the floor used to look like, guys. Obviously that's got water on it. So clean. I really want to sand back the fish room floor and then seal it, and like maybe put some like pool filter sand or something into the fiberglass resin and then pour it on the floor so it's got a grippy floor. That's about all on that page. That's annoying that that's as low as it goes. I've been on the Perth Cichlid Society Facebook page for like 8 or 9 years. 8, I would say, not 9. I wonder when my 10-year anniversary in the hobby is. I'd say maybe 2 more years. Just chilling in my tank. Anyway guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I hope you enjoyed that one. I enjoyed it. I enjoy going through photos of what I've built and that. Yeah. Let me know what you guys thought. I'm not sure what we're going to do next week. I'll try to pick another subject because I like doing the videos. I like doing live streams better when I got a subject to chat about and I can keep the conversation going. I get a bit lost if I don't have a subject. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know what tomorrow's video is. I haven't recorded one yet, so sorry if about all the late uploads, and if the videos seem enthusiastic. Like, work's just kicking my butt at the moment. I gotta go in at 5:30 tomorrow morning. Yay. Anyway, peace out.